It's time to roll the dice and play the slots. The countdown is over and gaming is on in Vermilion County. Good evening, I'm Amanda Brennan. The long-awaited Golden Nugget Casino opened its doors today. Loads of people lined up in Danville, eager to get inside. WCIA 3's Jamal Williams tells us more about the event.
Break out your wallet and test your luck.
I've been watching every day, reading up, see when they're going to open.
Danville's Golden Nugget Casino is now open. It's a day people have been waiting for months for the Illinois Gaming Board to sign off on.
Here we go!
Whether you gamble often?
Yeah, we go a couple times a month, yes. And actually, this is pretty close to us, so I don't know where it's good or bad.
Or not so much.
Every now and then, not a whole bunch, but, you know, it's something to do and it's close to home.
There's something for everyone to do.
Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't, but, you know, this place just be a nice, better environment, just kind of get out of town and just to relax.
Golden Nugget President James Wilmot knows what this moment means for Danville natives.
People have been waiting for this for almost 30 years in this town. My family and company has been involved with this project for 3.5 years. If there's one particular feeling, it's grateful.
Wilmot says long-term effects of this casino don't just benefit him. They create a chain to local businesses in Danville.
The magnitude of this is more than just the immediate tax and the immediate spend for construction. And there's a lot of suppliers that are going to be increasing lines, bringing on more people. It's a trickle effect for sure.
Reporting in Danville, I'm Jamal Williams, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
For those who missed the early rush, you can still play some games tonight until midnight. The casino is also open Sunday from 4 to midnight and Memorial Day from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. It'll be closed on Tuesday. We have an update for you tonight on a Champaign County crash we first told you about yesterday. It happened on Route 45 near Thomasboro around 5:30 p.m. State police say a black Ford Escape hit the back of another car, then left the scene. That car went into a ditch and rolled into southbound lanes. Police say the driver, a 38-year-old from Rantoul, and her 2 teenage passengers were hurt and taken to the hospital. The Decatur Fire Department is investigating a fire that they consider suspicious after it broke out just before 2 this morning. It happened at a vacant home on West Cerro Gordo Street and North Dunham Street. Fire officials say they were returning from a different call when they saw the heavy smoke. They found that smoke coming from the back of the home, and other crews came to help put it out. Decatur police and the fire marshal were called in to help too. They are still investigating the details. New for you tonight at 10, details on a shooting that killed a man from Clifton. Kankakee County Sheriff's deputies responded to a call in Bourbonnais around 4:30 this morning. That's where they found 23-year-old Michael Gondinez shot in the chest. Officials are still investigating the situation. Turning now to our eye on politics. Lawmakers passed the budget to the governor's desk last night. Now they're heading back to their districts for the summer. Our Capitol Bureau Chief Cole Hankey was there last night for the debate that went into the early morning.
I'm standing alongside Senate President Don Harmon and House Speaker Chris Welch to announce that we have an agreement on a balanced budget for the coming year.
That was Wednesday, and it turns out they spoke a bit too soon. After flying past their self-imposed deadline last week, there was still plenty of work to be done before lawmakers could get a budget in the books.
Senate Bill 250 includes the fiscal year 2024 budget.
After several amendments and another day, the Senate finally took up the budget. Senate Republicans gave praise to Democrats for giving them a seat at the table, but did not give them any votes.
It ignores the overwhelming call for relief from the tax and utility costs that are crushing families and small and medium-sized businesses still struggling to overcome their COVID-19 setbacks.
But I'm also disappointed that a failure to resolve non-budget issues prevents a unanimous vote on a responsible, balanced budget. This is a budget that invests in our shared priorities.
House Republicans voted unanimously against the budget as well.
You have created a constitutional problem with this budget. Vote no.
The $50 billion spending plan is full of big investments for education, additional support for hospitals, and money for local governments. The legislature gave the governor his wish and funded the early stages of his Smart Start universal preschool program and increased the amount of money going towards MAP grant scholarships. But Republicans took issue with some missing line items, including the exclusion of the Investing Kids program, a taxpayer-funded scholarship that sends low-income students to private schools.
Parents this summer are going to have to decide
Are they going to send their kids to a school that maybe they can afford for half a year and then get thrown out on their ear? Are they going to put their faith in the Illinois General Assembly to finally figure it out?
But Democrats remained confident that this budget is a continuation of the relative fiscal success the state has seen over the past few years.
If you want to vote for fiscal responsibility that will lead to the 9th straight credit upgrading in the state of Illinois, ladies and gentlemen, please vote aye.
That was Cole Hankey reporting. Today, healthcare workers are wrapping up a week of recognizing the people that come to you first when there's an emergency, paramedics. This week, I spent a day with 2 first responders who are dedicating their lives to helping you. Here's the story. Every day is different for Jeremy Hirschberger and Kyle Clapper with Carl's Aero Ambulance Service.
Just making sure that we have all of our different things are attached.
Without, the equipment and the medicines we have on the ambulance, providing that initial care out in the field can make the difference in somebody's life. We have all of our cardiac drugs.
They're always on their toes and expecting the unexpected.
The medical 503 West Linden.
Sometimes you'll be administering life-saving medications or possibly just being there for somebody and listening to them.
They knew what they were getting into when they devoted their lives to the community as first responders.
We see people at their worst. It's their worst day of their life most times.
But that only motivates Hirschberger to keep pushing forward.
Just trying to give them a little bit of comfort, peace of mind. It just makes me feel really good to know that we've helped them in some sort of small way.
Saving lives right here in the back of this ambulance has an extra hometown meeting for both of these first responders.
I started out volunteering for the local fire department. It was actually Corn Belt Fire here in Mahomet.
Similar story for Clapper. He's caring for the community he grew up in.
It wasn't the typical Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. You had no idea where you were going to go, when you were going to go, or what you were going to be doing when you got there.
There's no timeline to traumatic situations.
We got all of our IV supplies.
They say that's okay as long as they're doing the job that they love and working with the people they support the most.
They call you to help and show up there and you're able to kind of put them at ease and make them feel better is always the part that's the best for me.
They both say they appreciate the recognition during National EMS Week, but at the end of the day, they're just doing their jobs to help you and me. And the Champaign Fire Department is also doing what they can to keep the community safe. We've told you before that they're adding 2 new trucks to their fleet, and today they hosted a push-in ceremony for one of them. It's an old tradition that the chief says dates back hundreds of years where horses would pull a steamer into the firehouse. It was a similar thing today and aimed to get the entire community involved.
The neighborhood would help wipe down and clean the truck and then help push it back into the station. And we're kind of doing the same thing with this new engine. It's a traditional way of carrying on what we've done in the fire service for over 100 years.
Each truck costs about $500,000. He says there's also new technology on board that alerts people using navigational apps to get over when there's a first responder on their route. All right, Jacob joins us now. Nice heading into the weekend.
Yeah, we've really had some really great weather here. Had some clouds stream on, and that gave us this photo here. A lot of folks sending pictures of a sundog. That's a optical illusion when the sunlight is refracted off ice crystals high in the sky. It's not a rainbow that brings rain, unfortunately, this time around. We'll talk about maybe some small rain chances in the 7-day forecast coming up after this.
in Urbana. Now, Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
It is a wonderful night here in Central Illinois. As we take a look outside, the sun has gone down, and now temperatures dropping here down to 64. Got an east wind out there. Dew point at 40. Dry air in place here will keep things pretty comfortable here through the night tonight and even into tomorrow. Lows tonight, they only make it down to the middle 50s. I think that cloud cover will keep us just a bit warmer than we were last night with some of those upper 40s and low 50s. Mid 50s for Champaign, 56, 55 in Danville, Watseka at 57. Tomorrow then, we'll be back into those low 80s across the region, maybe a touch warmer than today for some of us. We'll see the clouds again, but they'll be similar today. Higher cirrus clouds, maybe some mid-level clouds as well. No clouds to bring us rain. The more cloud cover we have, the cooler we'll be. I think Champaign, one of the warmer spots at 83, 82 in Bloomington and in Pontiac. We'll be at 82 in Springfield. And we get down towards I-70. Shelby County here, Shelbyville at 78, 79 in Vandalia. That's where I think the cloud cover may be a little thicker through the day. Only up to 77 for Newton, Effingham, 78 in Greenup, 79 in Paris. Future track here shows those clouds will continue to come in from the south and east through the day tomorrow. We'll have some pockets of blue sky and some sunshine here and there. Maybe a little thicker cloud cover towards I-70. By the time we get to Monday, I think a lot of that cloud cover will mix out, and we should be back to a mostly sunny sky. We'll continue to see the atmospheric flow, though, through Monday and even into Tuesday, almost look backwards. We'll look to the east for our cloud cover to arise, whereas normally we see our systems coming in from the west. That east and northeast wind will stay with us the next few days as well, keeping dry air in place. By Tuesday into Wednesday, we will see the wind turn more to the south, and that means the moisture will start to slowly make a return. Our muggy meter showing a start of a climbing trend here as we get to Monday, Tuesday. By Wednesday, we're in the 60s for dew points. By Thursday, we might have those dew point values into the upper 60s in some spots, making a run near 70. The good news is that's not here in time for the next few days. It'll be fine for the rest of the weekend. Make sure on Monday, a lot of sunshine out there. Take some time to honor our fallen veterans for Memorial Day. Temperatures will make a rise here through Monday and beyond. We'll be into the 90s for Tuesday, especially into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And when we factor in the moisture here, dew point values mean the heat index might be a little higher than that, mid, maybe upper 90s for Wednesday, especially into Thursday and Friday here to the region. With that heat, there will be some instability present. However, we don't have any systems coming through to tap into that, so rather than a widespread rain, there may be some pop-up showers and maybe an isolated thunderstorm at some point during the week here. It's a low chance, but it's something. And I think at this point, if you're one of those folks that get that something, you'll be happy for that here. It's going to be isolated at best, and a lot of us will stay dry here. Best chance for any rain will be in the afternoon during peak heating into the evening hours. Tonight, we're down to 56 here on the 7-day forecast. Then you'll see each day get a little warmer. Not only do we do that during the day, but also at nighttime. That's a sign that the moisture makes a return. Lows into the upper 60s as you get to late next week here. It'll feel a lot more summer-like, maybe June, July, but hey, June is right around the corner. Let's just hope we get some June rain around here.
Yeah, rain in those 90s. Yeah, not my favorite.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated. I think some cooler weather will probably come about the second week of June, and it seems like maybe the end of the month we'll have some better chances for rain, so we'll keep you updated.
Awesome. Thank you, Jacob. Turning now to drones. You've heard of obstacle courses for kids, maybe even for dogs, but check this out. This was the scene at Riggs Brewery in Urbana today. One chapter of the Central Illinois Drone Racers, where they're driving their devices through the twists and turns. One of the group's leaders says it's unique and compared it to Superman. She loves seeing the community put on their goggles and watch it from the perspective of a drone.
It's a unique thing to actually be flying like you're in the drone. So when you put those goggles on and you take off, you're going so fast. So it doesn't look fast when you just watch them moving around the field, but when you're actually watching it in the view, it's just so fast.
They'll be at Riggs about once a month for the course for anyone to check out. We'll be back after this.
Painter Banner. The news continues here on WCIA3, your local news leader.
Pools across the area are getting ready for a summer of splashes. Crystal Lake Park's Aquatic Center is one of many pools that opened its doors today. Kids were excited and couldn't decide on the best part.
Going down the slide. On the basketball room. Right under the bucket when it splashes you. No. The slide. Go backwards on the slide, but don't tell them.
And I'm sure those debates will continue long into the summer ahead. If you want to check out Crystal Lake this Memorial Day weekend, they'll be open on Sunday and Monday. They're having so much fun.
Yeah, they look like they were having a ton of fun. I want to go out there.
I know.
It was fine weather, I think, today for it. A little bit windy, especially out at the softball fields in Central
windy
Illinois.
there.
I was out there at Tuscola and Tolono today. We are at so many more spots other than that. Baseball as well, soccer. We've got track and field coming up. Lots of highlights on the way from a busy Saturday. Stick around for sports.
Painter Banner. And now, WCIA3 Sports with Andy Olson.
Regional, sectional, and state trophies were all on the line today for athletes and teams all around Central Illinois. Let's not waste any time, right to the highlights, and it's the best game of the day. Unity hosting St. Anthony for the 2A state title. It's Jenna Adkins with the RBI there to extend the Rocket League, but the Bulldog bats wake up. Addie Wernsing blasts off to left center. 2-run shot to make it a 1-run game, and it did not take long for a response, though Lindy Bates helps her own cause as she tees off to left. Rockets extend lead to 6-2 at that point. Now things turning into a home run derby. Anna Faber clobbers this game knotted at 6 after 6 as they scored 4 runs in the inning, and they're not done yet. To the 7th, still tied at the moment. It's Sydney Kibler to right center. Nora Ganaway around third, scoring to give St. A its first lead of the game in the final inning as they are moving on with an 8-6 win.
Unity brought the energy today too, but I just think we were, every single inning, every single pitch, we were there for it. But we just stayed cool, calm, and collected.
I didn't stop believing in all these girls because I know they're capable of great things, and I knew we could just tee off.
They'll play Quincy Notre Dame in the Super Sectional on Monday. Now down to 1A, Leroy taking on Hayworth for the Tuscola Sectional title. Offense at a premium in this one. Lily Long doing her best to keep the Hornets off the base path. Energized after that strikeout. The fans are as well. And after a base hit, Emma Slayback was so good for Hayworth in this one. Panthers can't make anything happen there. She gets the strikeout, but they are able to squeak out a 2-1 win, their first sectional title in program history. Up to 3A, this one just a regional final between Mahomet Seymour and Rantoul. Bulldogs already up 3 and adding to it. Kennedy Granadino shoots a ball down the third baseline, keeping it fair as she trades places with Kayla McKinney to make it 4-0 Bulldogs. Then Maddie White slaps it past shortstop. Another run comes around third to score. The Bulldogs in control, looking for their second straight regional title, and they get it. A 10-0 win as they continue moving on in the bracket. To baseball, and an all-Apollo matchup for the regional at Mahomet Seymour between the Bulldogs and Lincoln Railers. Plenty of scouts on hand to watch Blake Walters in this one. He allows a base runner in the first before getting a strikeout to end the inning. He had a lot of them in this one, as he always does. Scoreless into the bottom of the third when Alex McHale keeps the grounder down the third baseline fair. That brings home Finn Randolph to get MS on the board. And the biggest hit of the game comes later in the frame. Carter Johnson, the 3-run home run to left center. He's pumped up. The Bulldogs are pumped up. They're regional champs, 4-1, the final there. Staying at 3A, Central taking on U-High for the Bloomington regional title. Luke McClure hits this one to deep left center. Center fielder on this one, not able to make the grab though. 2 runs come around to score as the Maroons take the lead. Defense was pretty good as they only allow 1 run in this one, and Maroons win the regional 5-1, the final there. Finally, our last stop on the diamond, 1A matchup with St. Thomas More hosting Milford for the sectional title. Sabres jump out to the early lead off the bat of Cole Kemper. He drives in the first run of the game as Andrew Tay tumbles towards home. It's 1-0 top 4. The Bearcats, though, bark back in the bottom half. Carson Shields with the RBI single, bringing home Bo Wright to even it up. And Milford, too good in this one. They win it 8-1, its first sectional title in school history. Now to the pitch. 1A third-place game as Pleasant Plains takes on IC Catholic for the bronze. Sophia Smith with the shot just wide of the goal, but the Cardinals continue knocking on the door. Just before half, Bailey Leach to Ella Wilcoxon, who slots it right past the keeper, bottom left-hand corner. They take the lead 1-0 into the half and hold it to win this one. 1-0, the final there for third place. Well, after all that excitement, there were still gold medals to give out today in Charleston at the boys track and field season finals. WCIA3's Bryce Beeman has more from Charleston.
After only placing 5th in the 400 last year, Centennial's Daniel Lacey came back from injury and is now a 3-time state champion.
I did what I could. Even if I didn't win, I still would have been grateful that I'm even here. I haven't been so successful in the past, but now a whole year of tracking, this is what happened, so I'm grateful.
Lacey also won the 100 and 200-meter dash, which helped the Chargers to 3rd place as a team in 3A. Also placing as a team, Salt Fork, who took the top spot in 1A, led by Salt Fork senior Nathan Kirby, who came in 1st place in the 110-meter hurdles. a race he's only run 3 times this year. Also helping lead his team to a first-place finish as the anchor in the 4x200 relay.
Amazing. I've never done it before. I hit the first 3 hurdles. I thought I was screwed and I was going to fall. I was able to keep my balance and win it, and it's only my 3rd race the whole year, and I was able to PR and win, so it feels amazing.
The Storm also take home the gold in the field event. Senior Garrett Taylor finishes his high school career a state champion in both shot put and discus.
It definitely feels good. I was in a really good spot coming in. I knew that, I had the top throw, and my goal was to try to better it. I didn't end up doing that, but I was just really happy to have it all happen.
After getting disqualified in the 400 during prelims and a false start in the 4x100 that ended in a DQ, Urbana's Jackson Gilbert finally got a gold medal, coming in 1st in the 200-meter dash and 2nd in the 4x400.
We come here and we did what we needed to do. Sure, some things don't go your way, but that's just sport. That's not even sport, that's life. Some things don't always go your way. You just pick the best moments of it. I picked the best moment, won the 200, and tried my hardest in the 4x4.
With several other Central Illinois athletes placing to bring home some hardware, that wraps up state finals here on the blue track. Reporting in Charleston, I'm Bryce Beeman, WCIA3 Sports.
Bryce, thanks. A quick check-in with Illinois men's golf at the NCAA Championships. A fantastic day as Illinois posts a 7-under as a team, easily the best score of the weekend as they lead by 3 strokes going into round 3 tomorrow. And a quick shout-out, EIU baseball back to the NCAA tournament. They win the OVC tournament. The selection show, keep an eye out, will be Monday.
Busy day for sports. We'll be right back.
Cash.
Quick check of your 7-day forecast here. It is warming up. We've got the 90s back by the middle of next week.
Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.